I like cash money, yeah, baby, I'm a stunner. I'm a boss, I can do what I wanna. Your last was do what I do was a runner. Made it to the top floor, but we started from the gutter. Shot to the moon, we ain't never going under. Hits on my old town slugger. Why after why, we ain't never got a suffer. Made it to the top floor, but we started from the gutter. I like cash money, yeah, baby, I'm a stunner. I'm a boss, I can do what I wanna. Your last was do what I do was a runner. Made it to the top floor, but we started from the gutter. Shot to the moon, we ain't never going under. Hits on my old town slugger. Why after why, we ain't never got a suffer. Made it to the top floor, but we started from the gutter. Had to take stairs to the top floor. Every that's slept and done for. Got a few bands, need a ton more. If we empty out, that's a drum roll. If you move loud, hit them with it. First strikes, let it be like a rep. Hold on, let me catch my breath. Hold on, let me catch my breath. We getting to the...
Tonight, it's the National Football League. Super Bowl 56.
Has happened since the Super Bowl was last in this part of the U.S. in the early 90s. The Rams and Chargers have both returned to L.A., and they've constructed this incredible new palace for football, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And it will be the scene tonight for Super Bowl 56. And what a matchup we have. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it will be the AFC champion Las Vegas Raiders taking on the NFC champions, the Detroit Lions.
Raiders versus Lions.
Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis.
Raiders versus Lions. Head to toe.
Just an incredible one in Las Vegas. The Raiders hadn't so much as won a playoff game in nearly 2 decades. You had to go all the way back to the 2002 season. But here are the Raiders, CD, in the city they once called
Those
home,
heads.
trying to win it all.
And I like that. And think about their journey, their odyssey, so to speak, right? Oakland to Los Angeles, back to Oakland, now in Las Vegas. They have the Colts, the only teams currently to win a Super Bowl in 2 different cities. Now the Raiders, they have a chance to win in their 3rd city. What a story that would be.
Meanwhile, it's probably a day that a lot of folks in the Motor City thought would never arrive. And we all know the numbers. 1 playoff win since the NFL Championship game of 1957. That was still 10 full years before the first Super Bowl. But here are these Lions playing for the Lombardi Trophy.
And this is such a big deal that normally you see fans like this, these long-suffering fan bases, that have the T-shirts after the team wins the big game that says, "Now I can die in peace." They're wearing that T-shirt already. Just getting to this game is enough for them because they've only won, what, 1 playoff game in all that time since their last NFL championship. So they're excited to have it. The whole state of Michigan, they're just off the charts right now. Everyone banding together saying, "Go Lions."
And the Lions, Charles, the only team that's been in existence for every season in the Super Bowl era without ever playing in this big game. For the first time in almost 30 years, the big game is back in Los Angeles. Super Bowl 56 underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. First down, it's Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. There's Vic Beasley. Always tough to block as he gets in to bring him down. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
after the sack on first down. Darnold, and a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he's got Gronkowski yet again. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw is Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on fourth down here. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Rob Gronkowski with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point attempt to come here. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, now in his 17th season out of Cal. It's Aaron Rodgers.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Caught, Kelsey, left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. To throw, it's Rodgers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. Here's Rodgers. It's Kelsey on the ground. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. Still shedding tackles. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Raheem Mostert from 17 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Henry again on second down. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Kiko Alonso able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Mostert off the read option. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They run with Mostert off the option. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Only a yard that time, second and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Lions have taken the lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Point after, right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So out come the Raiders. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Darnold down to throw. He's got Anderson on the slant. Anderson loses the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And that one will go down in the books as just a 1-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
First down, Darnold. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Meanwhile, Darnold's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2nd and 8. Again to Henry. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on. But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the deep.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it. Yes.
Wow. That ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. Here's Darnold. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Darnold, not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball. coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up first and goal.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders are back within a score. Able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So that one a long 11-play drive, and Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The throw over the middle, taken in. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Looking deep for Hilton. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, good job defensively to recover. Oh, he pulls over it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Jacobs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions add on to their lead. Vedvik now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Set to get this drive started. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
They're going deep for Hill. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 15. So they took their shot. That was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making, both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. He's going deep for Brown. Elite man, he's got it. He got it. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Detroit. So the Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown, making a nice catch.
And eating up a nice chunk of yardage as well. And how about how he ended the play? Being the guy that makes the catch over a defender to finish things off. He really competes for the football well.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he loses the football a second time. And the Lions have recovered.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. His kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding.
Darnold, he lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So no touchdown that time, but they do get 3 more, and now they have even more of a cushion.
It's been a terrific first half offensively, so it's hard to blame them for not getting into the end zone there. But the way they've been moving the ball in this one, I don't think these will be their final points of the game.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Casey Hayward. But they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. Their last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling